All right, everyone, we can go ahead and get started. My name is Melissa Howland. I'm the graduate recruiter here at the School of Engineering at the University of St. Thomas. I'm joined tonight by my colleague Jill Harding, and we'll be joined by Dr. Rege in a little bit. And to give you a quick rundown of kind of how tonight's event will work, we'll have a brief presentation, about 15 to 20 minutes, and then we'll have time for questions at the end. Throughout the event, if you do have any questions, feel free to submit them using the Q&A function. That way we're able to kind of see what the questions are coming in, and then we'll be able to answer them in order when we get to the end. And we would also like to stay in touch with everybody. So if you can just take a quick minute to check that the name that's appearing in your Zoom box is your actual name, so we can keep track of who has attended and stay in touch. We would really appreciate that. If your name is showing up as something like iPhone or laptop, if you hover over your individual box in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see 3 little dots. Click on that, and you'll be able to rename yourself. So we would appreciate that if you can just take a second to do that. I'm just going to shut my camera off while I'm presenting, so I'm not distracting everybody up in the corner. And then when we get to Q&A, I'll pop my camera back on. Thanks. All right. So tonight we're going to cover a bit about our new Master's in Artificial Intelligence program. We'll touch on some of the other program offerings we have as well, discuss our students and faculty, our different industry partnerships and career development, how our programs are really tailored for you, and then we'll go through the admissions criteria and the admissions process. So in addition to the new Masters of Science in Artificial Intelligence, which is what we're going to focus on specifically tonight, we do also offer 3 master's degrees in software, as well as 9 certificate programs through the School of Engineering. We do host a separate information session that focuses on these programs, but tonight we're just going to be focusing on our new AI program. If you or someone you know is interested in one of our other graduate programs, please feel free to connect with us after the event, and we'd be happy to assist in getting you more information about any of these programs. So the other 3 software master's degrees that we offer are in data science, information technology, and software engineering. And then these are the 9 graduate certificates in software that we offer as well. So many students do choose to add a certificate onto a Master's in Science program, and some of the classes may overlap. If you do choose to pursue a certificate-only program, it will take about 1 year to complete. Cybersecurity is our newest offering, which launched in just this past fall of 2023. Data analytics and full stack development programs launched the year before that in fall of 2022. So, and because you're here learning about our new Master's in AI program, you can tell that we're always looking to add more programs and really stay up to date with evolving technology. All of our certificate programs are 4 credits, except for full stack development and the advanced study. Those 2 certificates are 5 courses. So 15 credits in total. All the rest of them are 4 courses, 12 credits in total. All right, so we use what's called an industry guided curriculum, meaning that we work with top chief information officers, top chief technology officers from different Fortune 500 companies as a part of our strategic advisory board. We meet with these industry professionals every 6 months to discuss different trends in the industries, and they really help to inform our curriculum to ensure we're preparing our students for these ever-changing software-based industries. Here at St. Thomas, we have a really expansive and ever-growing alumni community who have been an integral part in earning our national rankings for our program. As you can see, we were ranked number 5 by Fortune for our data science program. Our programs are 100% faculty taught, so there's no teaching assistants running your classes. And these programs are really designed for busy working professionals. So all of the courses are in the evenings. Most students finish these master's programs in 2 to 2.5 years' time. All right, so now we're going to focus in on our very exciting new Masters of Science in Artificial Intelligence program. We're going to start with a short message from Program Director, Dr. Rege.
We are thrilled to have you join this exciting journey into the world of artificial intelligence. This program is designed to empower you with cutting-edge AI knowledge, practical skills, and a platform to explore endless possibilities. Whether you're a seasoned tech enthusiast or just beginning your AI adventure, our supportive and dynamic environment is the perfect place to learn, grow, and connect. Together, we will push boundaries, solve complex challenges, and shape the future. Let's embark on this extraordinary journey together.
Well, that guy in the video just put me to sleep. And that is because this is the real me. What you saw in the video wasn't the real me. Although my friends and family say that the deep fake version of me looks better than I do. But at least the two of us share the same hairdo, right? Um, so what you just now saw is an application of AI. Uh, that was a deep fake or a AI avatar of mine. My name is Manjeet Rege. I'm the chair of the graduate programs in software and data science. And we are very glad to share with you our newest offering, which is Masters in Artificial Intelligence. AI, as you know, within the past 1 year has been the buzzword. It's a field that has been around for a very long time, but there is a big shortage as far as AI is concerned. There is a need to develop a new workforce, reskill our existing people with the domain knowledge so that we can overcome the shortage that we have in the field of AI. There was a recent study done by AWS, that is Amazon, uh, showing the fact that not only there is a big shortage, but people who go through AI and master this new skill are able to boost their salary income levels significantly as well. So this particular curriculum, just like our other degrees, is extremely applied in nature. What we mean by that is it's hands-on. We just don't look and talk about the theory behind AI, but we are building something along the way. So the idea is you come and spend one evening every week, 5:30 to 8:30, whatever you learn, you get to apply that, hopefully, on your at your job the next day. The journey is about 10 courses. Um, and these this curriculum has been developed, as you heard from Melissa, in consultation with some of the leaders from the Twin Cities that hire our students. So we have an advisory board consisting of CIOs and CTOs that we meet on a regular basis. The courses are taught by some full-time faculty, and all of us have had industry experience and some adjuncts as well. So these adjuncts are employed in the industry full-time, but they want to come and share what they do on a 9 to 5 basis with our students in the evening. So you get to have best of both worlds. You have academics as well as industry experts coming into classroom and sharing their wealth of knowledge. These 10 courses, so it's a total of 30 credits meant for everyone. So you may have a prior background, you may not have any prior background in a STEM field, but this is meant for career changers as well as people who might be working already in IT but would like to advance themselves and step into this amazing world of AI. So we start off with Python programming. Python is the language of machine learning and AI. Then we delve into data preparation and analysis. Much of the data that is collected was not collected with the goal of performing analytics, ML, or AI. So it needs to go through a process of cleaning and preparation. And Python is again needed for that. Uh, Whatever analysis you do, it needs to be communicated to the leaders to executives. And data visualization, that is visually communicating the findings, is a extremely important task as well. You don't want to show programming code. You don't want to show numbers to executives. You want to show actionable insights in a visual manner. So that's your data visualization course. And then we get into some of the uh, main guts of the program, whether it is machine learning, which is uh, going to pave the way for artificial intelligence and deep learning. So machine learning is a separate course, again, supplemented with Python hands-on, AI, where we get into uh, Google's TensorFlow Python package. How do you deploy models? So models that you develop needs to be deployed in a manner that are scalable in the cloud. So that ML ops course that you see in the top right, which is machine learning operations, teaches things like, now that you have developed a model in a on your computer, on your laptop, that same thing could now be deployed in the cloud and is now willing to accept large terabytes of data. Um, Something that we have heard in the media for the past 1 year, whether it is the large language models, typically abbreviated as LLM, or large vision models, which is LVM. So we have two separate courses: conversational AI that deals with natural language processing, and vision AI, which deals with whether it is deep fake, generating videos, generating uh, any multimedia content using AI, is being covered in that Vision AI course. And all of this would be of no value if we cannot, impart AI ethics in the curriculum as well. And that really speaks to our our overall mission of the university as well. We want to develop um, the whole person. So not only the technical skills, but also the ethical side of AI deployment as well. And then, so those, end up being 9 courses. We have one elective, and those are, we have a set of courses that students can select an elective from, or they can do an independent study project. And for that project, they can work under the supervision of any professor in the department as well, which really allows them to showcase what they have learned in the entire curriculum. So an exciting journey of 10 courses um, is what we have in the MS in AI. Um, as you know, um, there is a big shortage out there, and some of the jobs that are very hard to fill. And also, this MS in AI would probably prepare you for some of these tasks. First one is a data scientist. Data scientist typically deals with developing ML and AI models. And we, of course, get into a lot of that with a number of courses that we have in our curriculum. A machine learning engineer, so you remember that ML ops course that I had talked about. A machine learning engineer deals with also deploying the model, not just developing. Now, remember, some of these tasks can be overlapping depending on the company that you are at. But a data scientist typically is focused on developing a model. A machine learning engineer would be focused on deploying a model. Same thing with an AI engineer, but just the nature of the problem slightly changes, whether you are using a machine learning model, or you're using, let's say, a model that is catering towards accepting text data. That would be, let's say, an NLP engineer, or you're working on an e-commerce site and you have an image or a video uploaded by um, a user, and that would be a computer vision engineer making sure that that particular model is properly deployed and scalable. uh, AI product manager, similar to a software product manager, deals with kind of ownership of that product that you're developing at your company. In this case, typically it's an AI product or a service, and seeing its complete life cycle. Um, this would also probably prepare you for a business intelligence developer or an analyst, where you could use tools like, let's say, Power BI or Tableau for doing some of that BI development work as well. So with that, let me hand it back to Melissa.
Great, thank you. Sorry, I skipped the last slide. So it's always beneficial to hear about the program from one of the people who was very key in the development of the program. So thank you for sharing with us. Here I'm going to continue with the discussion around career development. So here is a list of the top 10 Minnesota employers for our software graduates. While we can't yet say exactly where our AI graduates will end up, these are some of the companies we have really strong ties with and established relationships with, who have been hiring St. Thomas software graduate program graduates over the past few years. And then these are some of our many Twin City partners. You'll probably see a lot of familiar names up here. They've had great experience hiring our previous graduates, and they're always excited to hire more Tommies. And like Dr. Rege said, there's so many jobs opening up in this field and in this industry. So we do take career development seriously here. We have our own office that focuses on planning and counseling, as individualized career coaching, Tommy-specific job postings, and these resources continue after graduation. So they're available to you as a current student as well as an alumni. All right, I'm going to switch gears a little bit now to give you some insight into what our classrooms look like. On average, our class size is about 20 students. The average age of our students is about 30 years old. We have a wonderful international community here on campus. So international students make up about 33% of our student body. 30% of students identify as women, and about 42% of students identify as students of color. And then to reiterate what I said a little bit earlier, our programs are really designed for busy working professionals. So we have 3 start terms. We take in new students in the fall, the spring, and the summer. We offer what we call CoFlex classes, where you can be in person or virtual. We do not follow a cohort model, so if you need to take time off, you are not bound to the schedule of the cohort. And most importantly, our programs are designed for both those who have studied these subjects previously, as well as career changers. And just one more note about that CoFlex class model. That's not to say you can do all of your classes online. It will depend sort of course by course, professor to professor. Some nights you might be able to log in virtually. Some nights you might need to come in on campus. It's not a fully online model. All right, so hopefully after hearing all about our new program, you are now ready and excited to apply. So I'm going to take us through the different application requirements and admissions criteria. So we really try to make our application process as simple as possible. We require all applicants to have a bachelor's degree with a minimum GPA of 2.7 or higher on a 4.0 scale. If you do not meet that GPA requirement, you're welcome to reach out to us, and we're happy to talk through any sort of extenuating circumstances that may have impacted your GPA. To verify your degree, we require transcripts from any school that you attended for college. So if you started at one university and transferred to where you graduated from, we will require official transcripts from both universities. In order for a transcript to be considered official, it has to come from the university or the issuing system, such as a lot of schools use something called Parchment or National Student Clearinghouse. It has to come directly from them to us. We cannot accept scanned copies, and they cannot come from you. Additionally, if you've completed your degree outside of the United States, which many of our applicants have, as I said, we have a really robust international community here, we do require a foreign equivalency evaluation, such as WES or ECE evaluations. Again, this evaluation, just like transcripts, has to be sent directly to us from the issuing institution. They cannot be copies that you have or scanned from you. Next, we ask for your resume or your CV. So please make sure that this is up to date and includes all of your work experiences, not just what you're currently doing, or if you had a 15-year career, don't just include the last 5 years. We want to see your entire work history. We require an admissions essay where we ask you to reflect on the question, why do you want to join this program? This prompt gives you the opportunity to demonstrate to the admissions committee what you hope to gain from this program and how it will benefit your career and growth. Best of all, we don't charge any application fee, so there's no cost to apply. There's no type of fee waiver you need to worry about. As I said earlier, we take in students every start term, so you can apply for fall, spring, or summer. We have 3 different application deadlines depending on your individual circumstances. As you can see here, the deadlines differ if you are a domestic applicant, an international applicant but already in the US, or an international applicant who's currently abroad. So the deadlines are different because of processing times and visa requirements. If the deadline for the term that you wish to apply for has already passed, so if you're interested in applying for this upcoming spring start, but you are perhaps an international applicant here on US soil already, and you missed that December 1st deadline, reach out to us. We'll do the best we can. Otherwise, we do have entry terms each semester, so we can always push you back to summer or fall. We accept applications on excuse me, a rolling basis. So once you've completed your application, including all official transcripts and evaluations, we'll be able to issue you a decision in 3 to 5 weeks' time. To give you an idea of the cost of this program, something people are highly considering, our master's degrees come out to be about $38,000 US, and our certificate programs are about $15,000 US. Then you can see a breakdown of some other expenses that you would want to consider when considering the program. So technology fees, parking fees, if you're coming onto campus and whatnot. And so something we get asked a lot is, how are people funding their education? So about 40% of our students do receive some type of company tuition assistance. If you are not sure if your company offers this, or you're not sure how it works, we definitely encourage you to reach out to your HR office and see what type of benefits your company has. A lot of companies do offer some type of tuition benefit. They don't necessarily advertise it too much. So definitely at least take the time to look into it. About 30% of our students are relying on some type of student loans. We do have our own designated financial aid contact. Her name is Becky Stevenson. Her contact information is up there on the screen. Feel free to take a picture of it, jot it down, or just get in touch with us and we'd be happy to connect you with her as well. If you have any questions about financial aid, federal financial aid for US citizens and permanent residents, she is the person to get in touch with. Other than those 2 main funding options, there are students who rely on scholarships or different grants that are available. And then, as I said, again, we have a lot of international applicants, so just a few more additional international requirements. As I said, we have the official transcript evaluation from either WES or ECE. We do require an English proficiency exam for pretty much everyone. There's a very small criteria of people that we can waive the English proficiency requirement for. And you can see our score minimums right there on the screen. And then if you are accepted and you decide to enroll and you need a visa, there are specific visa requirements that you will be asked for, such as financial certification, a copy of your passport, proof of financial capability, as well as CVIS stuff. But all of that can be handled after your admission process. That's not required for the application process. So once you're admitted, you will go through the visa processing. So if you are ready to apply, you can go ahead and scan that QR code. The application for the Masters of Science in AI is available and open right now. We are reviewing applications for a spring 2024 start, so classes start February 5th. I know it is sort of a tight turnaround, but we're excited to get this program up and running. If you have any questions, please reach out to us at gradsoftware@stthomas.edu. That email address that's right there on the screen. We're happy to either connect with you one-on-one if you have any questions, or if you need any more information or whatever it might be.